Consider supporting Review Tech USA on Patreon for just $1 a month. Link below in the description. 60 frames per second. 4K textures. Ultra settings. Mouse and keyboard support. Doom on the Nintendo Switch runs at the lowest settings in 30 FPS. Skip it up and that up. I need to take this thing off. My head feels like a giant itchy testicle right now. So Doom, 2016 Doom, was just released a few days ago, November 10th to be exact, for the Nintendo Switch. And I received a review copy the day before, and I enjoyed it so much that I actually kept my pre-order and now have a physical copy of Doom for the Switch and the review copy. It's unbelievably good, and it's amazing how they actually crammed the 2016 version of Doom onto the Nintendo Switch, and I'm shocked with how well it performs. It is a very competent port that you can now take with you anywhere, and minus Snap Map, the entire game is there. It's the full version of Doom, multiplayer, all the DLC, the whole nine. You got Doom. It's the same Doom that's on the PC. May not look as pretty, may not run as smooth, but it's still amazing. Due to the fact that the Nintendo Switch is not on par with the PS4 and Xbox One, not even the base models, and I forget about the Pro and definitely the Xbox One X, there's a lot of people out there that are naysayers of the Nintendo Switch version of Doom, and I think they're being pretty ridiculous and unrealistic, and we're going to talk about all the sticking points I see people bringing up on social media and why their sticking points are absolutely ridiculous. So here we go. Bruh, it's only 30. Oh my god, I have four 1440p 4K monitors, all right, and they run at 144 hertz, and it's so smooth, and it's, oh my god, you just mouse and keyboard, bro, and it's so, you just feel so in control. It's like 30 FPS on the Switch. It's only 30 FPS. Yes, Doom on the Nintendo Switch is not at 60 frames per second. The processor, the Tegra X1, couldn't handle it. They made it abundantly clear well before Doom was released on the Switch. But as a person who prefers PC gaming, I'm making this video now, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of new subscribers that think I'm white knighting for Nintendo. I'm not. I will openly admit, and have always openly admitted, that I am pro PC gaming. That is my preferred platform. But when I play on the Switch, even though it's 30 frames per second, this version of Doom, it's solid. The controls feel great. The game feels surprisingly smooth. Does it compare to 60 FPS and beyond on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC? No, it doesn't feel as good as those versions. I've played both. I've made sure I played again before making this video. The PC version of Doom at max settings, 4K running at 60 FPS. And yeah, you know, it's a tighter, smoother experience compared to the Switch. But the game still runs great. Even when I played in portable mode with the Joy-Cons attached to the Switch, I feel fully in control of the game. Even when there's hectic battles where there's like 20 dudes on the screen at once, it still feels really good. And for everyone bringing up that 30 FPS is a deal breaker on the Switch, honestly, you should give it a chance first before you just make assumptions, because I was concerned about that, but once I started playing the game, it still feels really good. The controls are super tight, and it still is very fun to play. Not as fun as playing it on the PC, okay, but for a portable version of an amazing first-person shooter, I'll take it. I was very impressed with what Panic Button did for Doom on the Switch with the very limited hardware they had to work with. This argument that people had against Doom on the Switch, the stupidity. Oh my god. Everyone on social media, on Twitter especially, when I brought up how much I was enjoying Doom on the Switch, would say, "Oh, Rich, you could play a superior portable version. Just get a gaming laptop. What are you talking? You just think Switch is the only way to play games on the go?" Let's do a real world comparison here. I want to play Doom on the Switch. What do I need? I need the Switch. That's it. That's all I need. Now, of course, you can bring the power supply with you too, but you don't need it. I've been playing Doom mostly in portable mode on the Switch and haven't used the power supply that often at all. Now let's do a real world comparison of playing Doom portably on a laptop. Now keep in mind too, You ain't finding a laptop that could play a competent version of Doom for $299. You're not doing it. Maybe you might get lucky and find some super insane bargain on Black Friday, but generally, you're not doing it. So let's come back down to planet Earth. You're not finding a decent gaming PC, a laptop gaming PC, for $299. But anyway, let's compare portable Doom on Switch, portable Doom on a laptop. You're going to need a laptop, a mouse. Okay, you're going to at least need, you're not gaming on the trackpad. Doom works natively on PC out of the box with an Xbox controller, so bring one of these. You're not going to have the full performance of your GPU generally, at least for like more than an hour without a power supply, so you're going to need a power supply. You need to have one of these. And there you go. There's Doom portably on the PC. That's how you can play it portably if you want to play the PC version. That's just as convenient as playing on the Switch. Said no one ever. If you think that this compares to this, you're an idiot. Okay, now this is one sticking point I saw on social media that I partially agree with. Now, what do I mean? Now, if you are only going to play Doom on the Switch in dock mode, you have zero interest in playing the game in portable mode, yes, there are much better looking versions of the game out there. Hell, even the base Xbox One version, which had its issues, is substantially better looking than Doom on the Switch. If you want to see how much better Doom on the PC looks compared to the Switch, I'm going to show you some blind Pepsi challenge footage right now. We're going to try the Pepsi challenge for Doom right now. There's one version's going to be the PC, the other version is going to be the Nintendo Switch. And I'm going to wipe back and forth between both versions and not tell you which version is which. If you can't tell the difference, right after you watch this video, you better go to an eye doctor. Anyway, roll that footage. Okay, so spoiler alert, and I hope to God you don't need it. I just showed you 3 different samples. The first time you saw a new scene there, that was the Switch version. Shocker, right? And the second version you saw in all 3 of those samples was Doom running on the PC at ultra settings, 4K resolution. Yes, Doom on Switch looks terrible compared to what it looks like on the PC. Hell, it looks terrible, like I said, compared to the base Xbox One. But when you play it on the go, it still looks good. It still looks okay. It runs great. The frame rate generally stays at 30 frames per second. Even when it gets hectic, it may start stuttering a little bit, but it's still good. And I enjoy it. And to be honest, from a portable perspective, it's one of the best looking first-person shooters I've ever played on the go. And it may be my favorite portable game of all time so far. But yes, I will agree with the naysayers. If you are only going to play Doom in docked mode on your Nintendo Switch, there are much better versions out there. But if you want to play it on the go, it's still a fantastic port, and I love it. So this last point that people were making regarding the Switch version of Doom on social media, I somewhat agree with, and that is that it's too expensive. And their argument was, and it's somewhat valid, saying, hey, Rich, look, I could get Doom for the PS4, PC, Xbox One. Sometimes it goes on sale for less than $20. Why am I spending $60 on a game that came out over a year ago now for a Nintendo system? And I do somewhat agree. Do I think it's realistic to expect Doom for the Nintendo Switch to launch at like $20 or $30? No. $40 I could see. But to me, even though I spent the money, even though, like I said, I got a review copy of the game, I also spent $60 on it because I'm enjoying it so much, I still see value because the gameplay of Doom, there's so much replay value that I could just play through the single player. Even the multiplayer on Doom. I finally tried the multiplayer of Doom on Nintendo Switch yesterday. It was great. But the single player is just so satisfying that I could play it over and over and over again. And then there's arcade mode. It's just, I still agree somewhat that the game should have been a little cheaper. But with how much fun I'm having with it and the fact that, you know, when my fiance is watching absolutely terrible shows on TV when we're about to fall asleep, that I could play Doom, I am still seeing the value at $60. I don't feel like I made a bad investment. So even though I feel that way, I can understand where people are coming from because there's superior versions of Doom on other platforms that you could get for substantially cheaper now. And I could see where people are coming from making that argument. Now look, I'll end this video by saying this. If you are not going to take advantage of the portability of the Switch and you're just going to play Doom in docked mode on your Nintendo Switch at home, get the other versions. But Doom for the Nintendo Switch is one of the best portable first-person shooters I ever played, if not the best. And in my opinion, because I am a big FPS fan, it is one of the best portable games I have ever played. It may not be for everybody, but it sure as hell is for me. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. And to hear more content like this, make sure to subscribe to Review Tech USA.